The river didn't care about time. It moved the same way it had for decades, slow, dark, patient, dragging secrets beneath its surface. Locals in Red Bluff, California, used to say the Sacramento River kept what it wanted, and for 9 long years, that fear proved true. Just after sunset on October 14, 2016, 19-year-old Hannah Cole left a friend's small house party on the edge of town. She told everyone she was fine, just tired, just ready to go home. The driveway camera captured her smile, faint but real, as she stepped into her silver Honda Civic. That was the last verified image anyone ever saw of her. Her phone pinged once along Highway 99. Then nothing. No calls. No card use. No car sightings. Just silence. Her mother, Denise, never believed that silence. She said it felt like a scream nobody could hear. Red Bluff police searched the back roads, fields, and rural canals for weeks. Volunteers combed orchards and ditches. Helicopters scanned the riverbanks for months. Hannah's missing person flyers hung in every gas station window up and down the county. But hope is a fragile thing. When it doesn't get fed, it starves. By spring of 2017, searches slowed. Leads dried up, tips turned into rumors, then into nothing at all. Detectives shifted to new cases. Life moved on, at least for everyone except Hannah's family. Her mother kept her bedroom exactly the same. Her father left the porch light on every night for 9 years, long after the neighbors politely stopped asking why. Then, in late 2025, a small volunteer dive team for strangers with a camera, a drone, 2 sonar units, and a battered aluminum boat arrived in town. Their videos weren't just entertainment, they were lifelines. Their work had brought home dozens of missing people whose cases had been abandoned to time. Denise reached out with trembling hands, convinced she was making a fool of herself. "You don't have to help," she told them on their first call. "I just need someone to look again." Really look. The lead diver, a quiet 38-year-old named Ryan, studied the missing person report for hours. Hannah's last phone ping. Her known routes. Her emotional state. The party timeline. Everything pointed back to the same geographic choke points: bridges, boat ramps, slow water where a vehicle could vanish in minutes. On December 3, 2025, the team launched their boat at dawn. Fog rolled off the river like smoke, thick enough to taste. The current pushed against the hull with a sound like distant breathing. As they powered downstream, the town behind them disappeared into white haze. They ran their side-scan sonar in long, patient lanes. For hours, the monitor showed nothing but mud ridges, logs, and the soft, shapeless contours of the river bottom. The divers spoke only in low, careful voices, the way people do in hospitals or church pews. And then, at 11:42 a.m., something appeared, an outline, angular, metallic. Not a log. Not a rock. A perfect rectangular frame, half sunken, covered in silt. Ryan leaned closer to the screen. "That's a vehicle." The boat went silent except for the hum of the motor. Their hands tightened on the rails. Even after years of experience, the moment never got easier. Every submerged vehicle meant someone's story was about to return to the surface, whether they were ready or not. They marked the coordinates, dropped an anchor, and geared up to dive. The water was colder than they expected, 43 degrees. Visibility was barely a foot. Every movement stirred up clouds of silt that swallowed their beams of light. But the vehicle was there, lying at an angle, nose down, like it had been gently placed rather than crashed. Touching the cold metal, Ryan felt his breath catch. The shape was unmistakable, compact sedan, a Honda Civic. He ran his gloved hand along the side until he found it, the faint outline of a sticker Hannah's mother had described in her emails, a small blue sunflower on the rear bumper. They surfaced slowly, silently, as if the news itself might shatter. When they told the family, Denise folded into her husband's arms. She didn't scream. She didn't collapse. She simply whispered, "I knew she hadn't left us. I knew she was waiting." Authorities brought in tow crews at dusk. Locals gathered along the shoreline in heavy coats, clutching thermoses, scarves wrapped tight against the winter wind. Nobody spoke. Even the river seemed to quiet, as if listening. The car emerged from the dark water inch by inch, dripping, rusted, ghostly, like a memory being forced back into the world. Inside, investigators found a single set of remains. The medical examiner confirmed what everyone already felt in their bones: it was Hannah. Her seat belt had been latched. No sign of struggle. No broken windows. No forced entry. The door was still locked from the inside. The truth slowly became clear. That night in 2016, she had taken a wrong turn onto a boat ramp that looked like a roadway. The slope was steep. The water was high. And the darkness swallowed the car before she could call for help. The investigation determined it was a tragic accident, not foul play. Not a kidnapping. Not a cover-up. Just one moment of misjudgment compounded by darkness, geography, and time. But to her mother, that answer, while heartbreaking, was still a blessing. It meant Hannah hadn't disappeared by choice. It meant she hadn't suffered at someone's hands. It meant her story wasn't a nightmare of unknowns. When the diver group posted the search video, millions watched, not for shock, not for morbid curiosity, but because, in a world full of unsolved pain, this was a rare story where a family finally got to bring their child home. Denise visited the river the next morning. She stood on the bank where the boat ramp sloped into the water and whispered into the cold air, "Thank you for letting her go." And the river, silent, steady, ancient, kept moving, as if carrying the weight of every story still waiting beneath its surface, as if promising that even the darkest secrets can rise when someone cares enough to look. Because hope doesn't die in the deep. It simply waits to be found.